Chapter 37. You Did Nothing. The folding chair Jacob spent the night in pressed against the jailhouse entrance. I wasn't under arrest, not yet anyway, but I'd rather sleep on a cold metal cot than spend another second under the roof in the house of pain that my husband's made for me. Despite my anger, I tried to find any way to rationalize the events of the past 6 months. Tried to find some way to make it seem like normal behavior between people who loved each other. But even my warped sense of right and wrong couldn't make that work. Jacob jerked awake when the bolt clicked open and rose to his feet, on guard to protect me from his leader. Not that I expected he really would or could. He'd end up locked in one of these cells with me. I knew he wouldn't do anything to disturb the power dynamic that existed. He would always stand with his brother. I respected him and hated him for it. Teddy ducked his head to come down the stairs and stepped around Jacob. "Did you get any sleep?" I wrapped the blanket my mother knitted for me around my shoulders and smiled. "Shit, this isn't even the worst place I've woken up in." Leaning against the bars of my door, he gave me a quick flash of his perfect smile. "Billy gave me permission for the potion. They're picking up Nina now." He gave me a wink. "This will all be over soon." "Good." My eyes fell on my husband as he leaned over with his elbows on his knees watching us. "No matter what happens, I'm out of here tonight, though. I don't know what kind of thing has to occur to dissolve this nightmare, but make it happen, Captain." "Make it happen?" The chair scraped across the concrete floor as Jacob came to his feet. "What are you saying?" I'm not really sure if he believed we could return to our lives after what just happened, but he seemed shocked that I was even thinking about leaving. "I'm saying this whole farce is over." "But I didn't do anything, Tessa." He came to me with his hand over his heart, but I just nodded as I listened to him try to convince me he was somehow less to blame. "I didn't hurt you. I would never." "I know you did nothing." Pressing my face between the bars, I leaned forward. "That's the point, Jacob. You knew he was crazy and you did nothing. You knew cameras watched every detail of my day and did nothing. He marked me and you did nothing." I sized him up with my teary eyes and shook my head. "You're no kind of husband at all." He was confounded, awestruck, gobsmacked, speechless. And that was my point. When I needed him to be my voice, he said nothing at all. For all the Lycans' talk of family and loyalty, it seemed it only applied to their blood, their own species. They had none for me. While he recovered from the blow I landed, the bolt clicked again, and I smelled Logan's chocolate-covered steps coming down the stairs. What a difference a night in an empty bed makes. His eyes were dark, and his face careworn. The dueling personalities in his head wore my out thin, and it showed. He promised me every time I wanted to leave I wouldn't get but a couple miles from him before the bite called me back. But from the looks of it, it was his body begging for another fix of old Tess. After clearing his throat, Logan's fingers motioned for the guard. "Let her go." I grabbed the bars in my hands and shook my head. "Explain yourself." His tongue slid across his big lips as he came towards me. "I don't need to hear anything. I saw the video." I raised my brows and jutted my face forward as I waited for an apology. "And?" His hands wrapped around mine on the bars. "I did what you wanted. She's dead." Scoffing at his attempt to appease me, I nodded. "That's good. That's one less person you can't trust running around your town. Once I'm gone, you'll be all set, won't you?" "I can't let you do that." His lips pressed against my fingers. "There is no leaving." I hadn't shown either of them an ounce of the power inside me. But I wanted to clarify my being there was of my own will. That no matter what they thought, our bond was nothing at all. The world bent before me, and I stepped through the bars like fog on a misty morning. Because that's what they were to me. This world has no hold on my demons, and I go where they lead me. I swept the gritty film of reality from my skin and wiped it off with my hands. "We'll see about that." The foul scent of the dark mist rose from my feet, and they scattered before me like torn-up scraps of paper as I brought the house to me. As soon as the walls built up around me again, I rushed to my room and stuffed my bag as quickly as possible. But it wasn't fast enough. A chill moved down my spine, and I knew I wasn't alone in that house. "Where do you think you're going?" The next drawer opened, and I grabbed a handful of things from it. "Home?" I never heard him cross the floor, but his breath was on my neck before I got my hand in the bag. "This is your home." The tip of his nose parted my hair and he rubbed it against my head. "Look at me." I turned to face him and shook my head. "This has never been a home. It's an ant farm. I've just been here for your amusement, but I'm done now." Shrugging, I tapped at his chest. "Go get yourself a new toy to play with. I'm all worn out on you." I wrapped my bag strap around my hand and slapped his shoulder on the way out the door. "Have a nice life, I mean that." I left him alone, and as I crossed the threshold of our bedroom, I stepped down onto the brick sidewalk leading to my parents' Georgia mansion. Before my hand even met the cast iron knocker, the door swung open, and the forever young man I called Pops wrapped me in his arms. Thank you for listening. The next chapter is available on the channel. And if you enjoyed the story, subscribing, liking, leaving a review on Amazon helps more people find it.